When people cut corners, it drives me crazy. You know, they try to save a buck and do something to kind of, oh, I'll get it running and it'll be the next guy's problem and it's good enough for now, but long term it becomes a headache. And now I'm the next guy and I got to deal with it. So this is my 2009 Toyota Camry, paid $1,000 for it, 206,000 miles, and slowly we're just kind of, getting everything squared away. Had some leaks and there's some other videos on that, but what's been popping up is electrical gremlins. Now, I've seen this, and if you're looking at it, you know exactly what's going on. I know what the problem is, but just kind of ignored it till later, and well, I'm fed up at looking at this, and we need those gremlins to go away. So what's going on is, if you look at it, and Toyotas, that's not factory, and yeah, battery's just kind of dancing around doing the mambo twisto, and that's definitely not bueno. So as far as electrical gremlins, just weird things would stop working, dimming, hard starts, whatever. I was able to resolve it just by tightening these connectors. These were extremely loose. Tighten them down and tighten this one down, and that fixed the issues. But we got to make this thing better and reliable and secure the battery. Now, if you're looking at it, you can see exactly what they did wrong. Number one, this is not the right battery. Side post. That's definitely not Toyota approved. And they cut this connector, and the reason why is because the Toyota battery, the connector for the positive is supposed to be back here. So they came up with a great idea, cut the connector, add this crap on here, and yeah, pretty much ruined the connector. So we're gonna fix it. So I need a battery, and I just went ahead, did the right thing, and I'm just gonna use this Duralast Gold from 2018. Yeah, I didn't buy it. So this is out of my Toyota Highlander. Our Highlander is our main vehicle. We take that everywhere, which way, and I like to keep that vehicle 100%. There's nothing wrong with this battery. Starts, cranks, everything runs really good, but considering it's 6 years old and that is the family vehicle, we just kind of like to get rid of the variables of potentially getting stuck. This will work for this car, as this car is just to get me around town and local, and it doesn't get driven as much, so this will be fine. Even if it gives me a couple of months out of it, I'll go ahead and get a better battery. And well, the cable. Got on the eBay and we'll pick this one up. $20. It's not cut, and we're definitely gonna have to do that, as this is definitely unacceptable. So let's dive in and let's get started. So we got to dive into this. Let's take this off. Wrong way. That can't be good. And is this one loose? Yep, simple. And that's one of our problems. Now let's get rid of this thing. And I wish I could say I was done, but we got to dive deeper. All right, so what size are these? Man, these things are so stinking stripped. Yeah, well, don't need a tool for it, so that's a good thing. So let's get this clamp out, because the reason is that there's a cable that goes right here to the fuse box. I don't have that cable, so we're gonna have to use an eyelid, which is fine because it'll definitely be better than what they got going on over here. This is going in the trash. I mean, they have their purpose, but for today's purpose, we don't need it. This cable right over here, we can definitely save it. Just put an eyelid in there. I underestimated how thick it is. The one I have will work, but there would have been a better one. But we'll run it like this for now. Eventually, I'll try to find this. Now what we need to do is take that out. I think that's a 12. It's probably a 12. And take this out, which, now that I think about it, yeah, that's just there, so that makes life easier. I didn't drop it, so that's good. Let's just slide you out. Let's just slide you out. I'm gonna take off this bracket because, well, I have it. And this one's crusty and the other one's not. And as far as this, we'll definitely have to clean that up. I'm actually gonna take off this ground, not that one, but this one right over here, clean this up real good, so let's do that. There's a lot of corrosion over here, so probably they had a battery that was pretty bad. So I just want to get all this cleaned up, especially this ground right over here. That one looks a little crusty too. All these are 10. Never see that again. Let's just put that over there. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just clean off this rust. Alright, so spray this. This is Phantom Gray, so we'll never see it. Well, you know what? I'll just clean it up later. Now, I'm not worried about overspray or anything. It's fine. It's just to be better than what it was and seal all that stuff up. Because exposed metal is definitely not good. So let's let that dry for a little bit. So now, as far as this connector over here, the wires are not broken. They don't look terrible. They look mostly clean. So we'll get a decent enough connection. I think what I'm just going to do is use this. I think this is like 12 to 10 gauge. I'll correct it on the screen if I'm wrong, but I'm going to slide it in just like so, as much as I can. I might trim this up a little bit, and the reason is so I could stick it in a lot farther. Yeah, I feel better with that. Yeah, that's a lot better. It's poking through, so we'll do that. We'll use our crimper. It's a good crimp. Use a heat gun, heat this up. Alright, looks pretty good. I could definitely live with that. It's sealed, nothing exposed, so nice. Alright, so off camera, went ahead and took the whiz wheel and just kind of cleaned off all these grounds. Bare metal, looks beautiful. So let's get this one back in. Before I forget, this is the little stuff that you forget, and then your car doesn't turn on, and you're like, what did you do wrong? And life is miserable. And to keep the bare metal from rusting, I use this Amsoil MPHD heavy duty metal protector. Protect my grounds. Leaves a nice film. Not the best smelling either. So now this clip right back here, I need to get it up. There we go. Because this one's broken, because, you know, that's the thing to do. I think what I'm going to do is run it just like so. Let's try to slide that in. Come on. Slide. Please slide. And now I gotta find the screw for this because, well, I lost it. Great. Had to rewatch the footage. This is the one that I dropped on the ground. It's a good thing about recording this stuff. Breadcrumbs. Now this is still not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than what it was. So ideally, you really want this to be right here, but I think they cut it too short, or I'm not sure, if I'm being honest with you. We'll make it work. Let's take a look at this ground, which is also in horrible condition. It's not bad. We could clean it. I think it's time to get a new one. I've had this thing for a long time. I think she's tired. Now let's pop in our plate, which I think it goes this way. Yep, definitely goes that way. And let's pop in our old, potentially dying battery and see if we get these things hooked up. Negative will work. And that's the other thing, is that these things were, you know, made to work. Now let's just squeeze this one in right here. Luckily it clips on and off. Then the way I want to do this is just pop this on first. Pop this on, letter B. And then this on, just like so. This should be a 12. Yeah. And of course I put it the wrong way. It's good enough for now. It's better than what it was. We're definitely gonna have to change out the cable in the future. Man, nice and tight. All right, fires up good. Definitely sounds a lot better, and more peace of mind that my battery is nice and secure, good connections, and it doesn't sound as sluggish as it did with the other battery, and mostly because all these connections are junk. I'm definitely gonna have to get that connector that goes to the fuse box over here. I'll definitely keep an eye out for that next time I'm at the junkyard. It works for now, but this sticks up, and I just don't like the way it feels. I'll get that fixed. So in someone's attempt to save money and kind of get a rig it, yeah, it becomes my headache. But this battery is still pretty good. The Highlander needed a brand new battery. It's a win. Even if I get like 3 to 6 months out of this, that's kind of cool. And as far as this one, I am not turning in my core, because here's why, folks. They're gonna give me like $12 for this, for the core, $12 or $22. I could easily sell this battery for about $40 to $60, make a couple of bucks extra and still get my core back. And that's what I'm gonna do. I don't need to keep spare batteries lying around. So that's the plan. I'll throw that on the marketplace and I'll probably get a bite within a couple of hours. I mean, anybody that sells a good new battery for that cheap, they definitely sell quick that I've seen. So if you have electrical gremlins, check your connections, make sure they're nice and tight and that somebody didn't try to make something work that wasn't meant to be. So hope this video helped. Thanks for watching.